my first apartment that I ever had on my own, I lived with a friend of mine. And between him and I, we had a bunch of people coming in and out of the place, whether it be friends or family members or whatever. And I remember one day I was laying upstairs in bed, and I heard him downstairs leaving with a group of people. So I just texted him and said, hey, see you later, or something like that. And then I go downstairs a little bit later after I had actually gotten out of bed and was, going to start my day and shit. And I go downstairs and I noticed that my Xbox was missing. And I'm like, this is the wrong story. Greetings there, you bearded traveler. Do you need a razor? I have no idea what I'm talking about, but Dollar Shave Club sent me another package to show you guys and has extended the offer on my code. It's still dollarshaveclub.com/panda, and it's still the same deal. So instead of spending $15, you spend $5. You get this nice little pamphlet to read whilst deucing and or hopefully just while you're pooping. You get the Dr. Carver shave butter. This stuff is insane. I use it for my cheeks. I use it for my little baby hairs that grow up on my forehead, and any of the layer hairs that might grow up here that don't need to be there. If you don't have a beard, that's fine. I had somebody ask me that. What if I don't have a beard, Panda? I don't need a razor? Wrong! What if you need to shave your legs? Or your armpits? Or excessive back hair? I'm not judging. This stuff is insane. It's really, really nice. It almost comes on like a cream. It's not foamy like the shaving creams you're used to. You also get the executive handle. This thing is insane. It is, listen, this is metal. That thing is serious. So you get that, and of course, your razors. If you've ever shaved before, you know razors are not cheap. You even go to to Rite Aid or CVS or Walgreens, whatever your drugstore is of choice. I'm not talking like Trap House drugstore. This isn't 2 Chainz. We're talking fucking razors. Not 2 Chainz, 4 razors. 3 razors. Your initial package, like I said, is $5. It's all inclusive. It makes it super easy to get this stuff. You don't have to run out to the store when you need to shave, but you ran out of razors. These are delivered to your door every month. When your first package is done, your razors are just a few extra bucks every month. Honestly, is a great deal. You're not going to beat the price anywhere else. Quality is also excellent. Highly suggest you guys check it out. Again, it's dollarshaveclub.com/panda. Enjoy your razors. Shave your face. Don't peel yourself like a potato. Peace. Hey everybody, welcome back to another Ask Panda / Big Jiggly questions / Q&A / thing. Yeah. Obviously, this is a Q&A video. It's where you guys ask questions. I give you answers. That's about it. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's just like every other Q&A video. In the past, I've called these Big Jiggly questions. I realized later that I'm really giving Big Jiggly answers. So that's a more appropriate question or title for the video, but Ask Panda is just as easy. It's easier to tweet out, less characters, more room for questions. Anyway, I'm going to hop into the questions. I'm going to answer a bunch of questions that might have a lengthy answer, and then at the end, I have like 10 to 15 questions, and I'm just going to fire off answers real quick, rapid fire style. It allows me to get through more questions in the video, answer more of your guys' questions or comments or just things you have to say. So I'm gonna hop into it. Let's do it, shall we? Kim says, I broke my foot 7 days ago. Not fun at all. Question is, have you broken anything? If so, how did you cope with it? Kim, I have broken a lot. Oh geez, where did we start? I've broken, what was it? My right wrist in gym class. We were backpedaling, running backwards. I tripped, stopped to break my fall, and broke my wrist as well. I've broken my left arm in my elbow area. When I was younger, I hopped a fence at my grandma's house, got my shoelaces caught on the top, and I fell and landed on my arm and broke it. I've broken my left hand playing baseball. I was a catcher, and somebody charged well, not charged, but they ran into home and tackled the catcher, which was me, and I reached out to tag them, and when they hit me, my hand got kind of stuck under us, and it broke my hand. I've broken this pinky. As you can tell, it doesn't go straight. This is as straight as it gets. I mean, it just won't do it. And then I've had both of my legs and feet basically surgically broken by doctors and then reset and cast, of course. So that doesn't really count, but plenty of bones have been broken. There might even be more. I've torn a tendon in my leg and on my right ankle and stuff like that too. So I've always had issues with my knees and my legs and my feet just because I was born with really flat feet, and playing sports and stuff, it was really hard on my body, and my body aged quicker than I actually did. So I'm kind of beat up, but yeah, that's what I've broken. Sorry you broke your foot. That sucks. Justin says, hey Panda, after watching your Pokemon vids, it made me want to collect again. Where would one begin? There's so many sets. You are totally right, Justin. There is a shit ton of Pokemon cards out there to begin with. Where to begin, though? I mean, it's really tough because I chose the beginning. That's when I started collecting, was years and years and years ago, and I always kept my cards. Maybe find a Pokemon you really like and start collecting all the cards of that Pokemon. And as you do that, you'll see different sets and things that you might like, and then that might be the way to help you decide which set you want to collect based off how they look, or how accessible they are and how price appropriate they are for your budget. There's lots of different sets, and they all price range, or all the different... There's all sorts of different sets, and they're all different... There's... Justin, you got me fucked up. There are so many different sets, and they all range in price. I mean, there's so many different things that you can pick from. There's so many different sets you can start with. Obviously, the newer the set, the more accessible it is, the cheaper it is. If you try to go back to older stuff, they become more and more expensive. Some booster boxes, like the Legendary Collection and Skyridge, can be upwards of $4 or $5 grand. So pick wisely, but have fun with it, man. That's the most important part. I like this question. Bianca said, if you have unlimited money to travel to one country, and one country only for the rest of your life, what country would you pick and why? And that's really, really tough. But I'm tempted to say Japan, honestly, just because there's so much culture there, there's so much technology and development and new things, and geographically it's beautiful. I mean, it's a huge island. There's volcanoes, there are mountains. There's so much history there as far as human culture and stuff goes. I mean, the U.S. is beautiful, but we've only got like 300 years of culture of our own. Of course, there's Native American culture and things like that, which I've studied up on and is amazing. But Japan is just, it's so interesting to me. It has a draw on me. So yeah, that's probably where I would check. Iceland was close up there on my list too. I really think Iceland is beautiful. I would love to go there, but I don't know if I could go there forever. You know what I mean? Like, only visit that place forever, where Japan, I feel like I could keep myself busy there forever. So, awesome question. Thank you, Bianca. I like that shit. Here's another good one, a little bit more serious. Driving Me Batty says, Panda, what was the most defining moment in your life? What was your proudest, toughest moment? Oh man, the most defining moment in my life was... You know what, that's pretty tough. And I'm not 100% sure, because as memories strike me, different things could be going through my head, as opposed to what could be the ultimate answer. The most defining thing was probably my friend's house burning down, that I was in that night of. When her house burnt down, her and I were both inside of it, working on like a project for me to finish school, which is where this is going to come full circle. It was me finishing up my, basically going into my last year of college, and her house caught fire. And everything that I had done for school was with me on my laptop and my hard drive, all my physical files that I had done. I was in design school. It all went away. It all burned up in the fire. And that caused me to drop out of school, because I had to. I mean, I lost everything. And then quit my job because I was working for my school at the time. I was a designer at my college, and it was a student position. I was working at the school as a student. Since I was no longer a student, I was no longer employed. So that was really tough. And within, I think, 6 months of that happening is when I decided to move to Florida. When I moved to Florida is when I started my channel. I didn't have any friends. I didn't have anybody that I could communicate with locally. So I started my channel because I was talking to people online. That's how I made a bunch of my acquaintances and friendships. So that was probably it, honestly. If that had never happened, I probably would have never left this place and never started my channel, honestly. So thank you for that question. That was a doozy. That was a fucking doozy, baddie. Rachel says, who is your favorite character from Boku no Hero Academia? I'm wearing a My Hero Academia shirt right now, which is hilarious. But All Might isn't my favorite. It's really, really hard to pick. They're all so great. All Might be my favorite. It really just depends on the episode. I mean, I love Deku. I love Ida. I love Ochaku. I love Aizawa. I mean, they're all amazing. Todoroki, Bakugo, every character has something about them that makes you pull for them. It just does. I don't know how to describe it. It's a great show. It's really well written. I'm sure Boku no Hero is going to come up later because I know I have some questions saved about anime and stuff. So, I don't know, Rachel. It's tough. I can give you like a top 5, but I can't give you a number 1. And it's going to be All Might, Deku, Ida, Todoroki, and I don't fucking know, Rachel. I can't even give you a top 5. They're all so fucking great. Because as soon as I pick number 5, I'm like, well, who did I leave off? It's just not fair. All right, Mrs. Broca says, first, I love you. You're so funny. Thank you. I'm feeling nostalgic. What was the very first video game you played, and how old were you? I remember the game, but I don't remember how old I was. So I'm gonna guess about 5 or 6, maybe 7, but I want to say it was younger. But it was me and my dad at his place. My parents didn't get together until after I was born. It's a weird story. They had their own places, so when I was at my dad's, he would have his Super Nintendo, and he had Madden 93 or 94. I can't remember which year it was exactly, but it was an early 90s Madden on the Super Nintendo that he and I would play against each other. And I was terrible. He beat me every fucking time because I was a child. I was a fucking child. I didn't know what I was doing, but that was my first gaming experience. And truth be told, my dad is the one that taught me how to rage. He was the first person I ever saw throw a controller, so you can thank him for all the rage moments. Lisa wants to know, how did I become the homeless man in pants? I'm assuming you're referring to my Gmod character, because I am not actually homeless. I hope you guys realize that. I live here. This is my house. But Lisa, it's a funny story. And honestly, probably not what you guys are expecting. But years and years ago, before I took my hiatus from YouTube for about 2 years, when I was playing Gmod, the only character that I found that the other guys weren't using that was default was this, I think it was called like Creepy Man. And it was just my character model without a panda hat on. That was it. It was nothing crazy. But when I came back and I started playing again and revived my channel and started taking this more seriously, when I went back to Gmod to find the character, I struggled, but I finally found it. And then I asked the guy that made the character models for everybody else to just put a panda hat on it, because I was cheap at the time and I wasn't sure if this was going to pan out to anything. And I've just never changed it. It's just always been the homeless guy with the panda hat. And you know what? I'm never going to change it, I don't think. I think it's here to stay. Good old homeless naked panda man. But that's it. That's all it is, Lisa. It's nothing special. I was just cheap. Sam says, what's the funniest thing that's ever happened to you? Guessing there are plenty of stories to choose from. My very first apartment that I had with myself and my roommate was an interesting couple of years. And in those couple of years, we had people come in and out of the place that would stay with us. Usually friends that had either been like kicked out of their parents' place for doing something stupid, or were in between apartments, or just needed a place to crash for a couple days. So I had a friend of mine staying with me that day, or for those couple of days or whatever. And so it wasn't odd to have people come in and out of the place, whether it be friends or family members or whatever. But I remember one night specifically where I had gone outside to my backyard area, which is where the parking lot was of the apartments, and was greeted by a dude like coming in to my backyard. And I'm like, hey, what's up? And I just thought it was one of my buddy's friends. He was an older guy, could have been a family member or something like that. I don't know. And the guy just walked inside. I didn't think anything of it. And so I go back inside and I asked my friend, I was like, do you know that guy? And he's just like, no, I thought he was here for you. And I look at him like, what are you talking about? Like, that guy's not here to see me. And that's when I realized that guy wasn't in the room anymore. So I was like, where did he go? He's like, he went upstairs. I thought he was here to see you. So I go upstairs to my bedroom, and the guy is standing in my bedroom, and he turns around and looks at me, and he says, "Is this where we're doing it?" And I said, "Doing what? Who are you? Why the fuck are you in my house?" And the guy looked at me and he said, "Wasn't I just talking to you on the phone?" And I'm like, "No, I don't know who you are. I thought you were here to see my buddy downstairs." He's like, "No, I thought I was here to see you." And I'm like, "Well, I don't know what's going on, ma'am, but I'm not who you think I am." And without saying a word, the guy just fucking walked downstairs and left. That was it. It was the craziest fucking thing. It was the weirdest experience I've ever had in my fucking life. But looking back at it now, it's so ridiculous that it's funny. So that's my story for you, Sam. Chloe says, "Panda, I know you have seen him before, but what do you think of my cat Pikachu?" That's a good looking cat, Chloe. Demon Ninja says, "Can I touch your beard, Panda?" And then Demon Ninja said, "Ask Panda again." Alright, so we've gone through the meat and potatoes of the lengthy questions. Now I'm going to fire off a quick couple of rounds of the rapid fire questions. It's things that I can answer pretty quickly. It's a way for me to answer more of your guys' questions without this video being 4.5 hours long. So let's hop into it. Credo wants to know, how did you become so jiggly? Credo, I just ate a lot of food and moved a lot fucking less than I ate. Bryce wants to know, how does it feel to be a Browns fan? Bryce, I see you are a Lions fan. I'm sure you understand. It sucks. And it fucking sucks a lot. But I can't help myself, man. It's just, love the Browns. Brandon wants to know, how much pound of cocaine do you snort? What? Cocaine? Who said cocaine? Derek says, "Hi, my name is Athoni, and I'm asking people for questions because I'm out of content ideas, totally not copying Minnie." You are totally right, Derek. Minnie is the only person that has ever done a Q&A series on their channel. Fucking ever! You're a fool. I'm just gonna say Temp TV says, "What is the diameter of your anus? Approximately the size of a large pizza." Thanks, man, but I wouldn't recommend eating it. SpongeGar says, "Ask Panda, fat." Matt Asborn says, "Pineapple on pizza. Does Panda approve?" I do. I do. Let's read that sentence again. Let's see how many P's there are. I don't even think my pop filter can handle that. Pineapple on pizza. Does Panda approve? Lehman says, "How do you pronounce Yaldav?" Let me put it in a sentence for you. "This Q&A would have been better if y'all have given me better questions to answer. Y'all have done much better job if this was Manny Ladd, because I stole this content from him." Kyle says, "Ask Panda, Skyline chili or Gold Star chili?" This is a very serious question. Kyle, this is a very serious answer. Skyline chili, no fucking question asked. Vanessa says, "Out of all your friends, who's the worst at video games?" Me? Is that even a question? I'm clearly the fucking worst. They make fun of me for being the worst. I lose at fucking everything. I am the worst. Destiny says, "You still doing the Q&A?" Nope. No, I'm not. Everybody, we burned through all those questions as quick as we could. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. It means a lot to me that you guys took the time to ask these questions and you want to have some answers. I will do another one of these soon. Maybe I'll do one with one of the guys. I'm not sure who I'm going to be running into next, but it would be cool to do a little Q&A session with one of the guys. Talk to you guys and answer your questions and do my job. So yeah, I appreciate it so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you very fucking soon. Peace and chicken grease. Have a good day.